All right, guys, just want to first off congratulate the women's ice hockey team winning a gold, 5 Eagles on that team. That's really wild, really exciting. And again, great congratulations to all involved. We're excited here to kick off spring ball coming up next week. As you know, many of you are aware, we have the announcement of Antoine Smith joining our staff, working with the defensive tackles, and also the addition of Bill Sheridan coming in and working with the inside linebackers. Both guys have built a great resume. Antoine was with our program last year off the field, and is a Northeast guy. Grew up, played at Maine, and went on and coached at a lot of different levels, and has a great familiarity, hit the ground running, as well as Bill Sheridan, who has got an impeccable resume, has been defensive coordinator in the NFL at 2 different spots in multiple years in the NFL. I worked with him at Notre Dame. Scott Loeffler worked with him at Michigan. He's been at Michigan State. He's been everywhere. So a guy with a really deep resume. Really excited about Bill. Coach Reed, obviously, is a defensive coordinator, but also will be working with the defensive ends. So that's exciting. He's a guy that had to build a great reputation in the NFL, is developing great pass rushers off the edge. So I like that roundup heading into the into spring ball. Going into spring ball, we're very excited. You know, we still have a fair amount of guys on the sideline, you know, in terms of that won't be available for practice. But we've got so many exciting young guys right now and older guys alike that we're going to have a chance to develop and grow and really continue to build this football program. Great level of experience had by many young guys. Some young guys, this is a great opportunity to get on the field and continue to grow and develop and show their growth. So I think it's all very good, you know, opportunity for us over the next 6 weeks or so to continue with the growth that we had off the season, and to establish our program moving forward as a program that can compete at the very highest level. So we're thrilled about that. Any questions?
Steve, just what is Anthony Brown's status? Did he have surgery, and where is he at this point?
Anthony's great. Had surgery and doing great. Looks great. He's right on schedule, probably ahead of schedule. So he'll be fine. He'll be ready to roll. Obviously, as we go into the summer, he'll still be rehabbing through the spring, but each week, you know, able to do more and more things. So he's doing fantastic.
So how do you deploy the available quarterbacks right now and start spreading out?
Well, I mean, you know, E.J. Perry is going to have a chance to come in here and take all those reps, and we're very excited about E.J. He's got a really bright future. And I think he's going to be an extremely exciting player to watch throughout spring ball. I mean, he's a guy that can throw it, he can run it. He's an unbelievable competitor. So I think, you know, EJ's ready to take his opportunity here, and we're all excited to watch him. And then
some of the other kids though.
Yeah. So you have, you got John Fadul, you got Matt, and you know. Those are really the guys taking the bulk of the reps in there, you know. So and Gross, and Grossel will be in there, and I think taking some reps, you know. But I think great eyes are going to be on EJ, and it's going to be. I think this is what a great blessing to have him take these snaps. I can't wait to watch him. Yeah.
Was Darius, was that just a unilateral decision on his part, or did you converse with Darius Wade before he left?
I think what happens is guys look at what their opportunities are, and they want to be able to go on and be able to have playing time. And I think it was obvious where we are, and so wish guys well like that, and help them in any way we can to find a spot to land that would be suitable for them, and just really wish them well and follow them and all that good stuff. I thought, Darius did a great job for us at the end of the year, and we're very thankful to him for what he got done. So I'm going to be very you know, I want to wish him all the best as he moves on. But I think, like anything else, Rich, it's a playing time issue. You know.
The most important thing going into this is having an intact offensive line, 5 returning starters.
Got 7 guys with 10 starts under the belt,
Yeah.
and another guy that is ready to take off and really roll. So we've got depth, and we've got experience. We should have, you know, barring any unforeseen, real devastating injuries, we should have one of the better offensive lines in the ACC conference, and it does start up front. So, you know, I'm excited about that.
Steve, who are some of the other players that you said were banged up in the fall that might not be ready now?
Well, guys that, you know, I think, you know, status for the spring is probably somewhat still undeterminable. Would be Zach Allen, who's a guy that really, you know, has established himself as a player here. I'm not sure that he needs to be, you know, taking that many shots. I think he's you know, still getting himself back in shape here, and you know, Christian Garrison is a guy. I think you know, Elijah Johnson, still a guy. Max Richardson, we'll see exactly the level of, you know, contact that he'll have, along with Connor Strahan. I think those are the guys. So, you know, we're going to be really careful and prudent there.
On the status of Elijah Johnson, how has he come along in his rehab? 'Cause it's
Great.
been about 12 months.
Yeah, it's been a while, but he's doing great. I think the attitude is slow and steady. This is the time of year where you have that opportunity to do that. So I think that's what's going to happen here. But he's coming along good, and so. But I don't expect you'll see him in spring practice.
You said that there were about 7 guys who had about 10 starts and 1 on the way. Who's the one you referred to?
Well, I think Alec Lindstrom's a guy that's really coming on strong. And then, you know, of course, you have Wyatt Nofke has had a great offseason. Anthony Palazzolo, you know, and those are guys. Now, we've made a few taking a look at a couple position changes as well on both sides of the ball. Nate Emmer and Adam Karutz are working with the offensive line this winter and in the spring. Drew McQuarrie is working over on defense. Tate Haynes is over as working as a corner. I'm trying to think if I missed somebody. I feel like I'm missing one guy. Ben Glines is taking some dual role stuff, which I'm really excited about. It's kind of what we did at Florida, where we take that inside slot receiver and work him a little bit at running back. He played that natural position in high school, so it gives us a chance with more flexibility with him to do more things. He's had a great offseason. I think those would be some of the changes. I think on the offensive line, we're going to shuffle guys around. I like to shuffle guys in the spring just a little bit to enhance your versatility. I think you'll see the ability for Ben Petrullo to work some at center, some at tackle. I think you'll see the ability for Chris Lindstrom to work some at tackle, some at guard. Sam Small to work some at guard, some at tackle. I think we'll do those kinds of things throughout, you know, spring. I just always felt that was something I liked. So, I mean, a lot of that kind of stuff will go on.
How do you anticipate bringing John Baker back?
Slow.
And especially with, you know, how much success Ben had at center, like where you see that kind of
Yeah, I mean, John's an elite player now, and you know, and Ben's an elite player. Our original plan for Ben was to be a tackle, right? So this was such a, you know, as hard as it was to get done early, as good as it is to build your depth. So, but with John, we're going to take it slow. He's a veteran guy, 5th-year guy. He's doing unbelievable. He's ready to roll, but don't expect we'll do a whole lot with him in the spring. I mean, those are the kind of guys, you know, we're good. You know, just keep them slow and steady, kind of continuing to get bigger, faster, stronger. But he looks fantastic, and you know, you go back and watch the film. I mean, before he, you know, it just reminds you how devastating that was. That first game, he played at a high level, But the good news is, look at the versatility and depth we have now. Not only do we have 7 guys with 10 starts, but we have 7 guys that are fairly interchangeable. Guard to left side, right side, guard to tackle, center to guard, guard to center. I mean, that's what you want. So you're going to, I always used to talk about you want 8. Perfect world, you want 8. 9 is fantastic. You want at least 7. We'll probably have 9 guys that we can play with at a fairly high level. Guaranteed 8. And just I don't want to talk too much about it. I feel like it'll jinx you. You got to stay healthy. It's half the battle. Those guys are in it every play. When you're playing offensive lineman, every play is live.
How do you plan to balance A.J. Dillon's workload during the spring, especially given what he had to go through last?
I think you're conscious of all of that. I think you got to get better and improve. It's all about improvement, but I don't think you need to be foolish. I don't see us doing a whole lot of tackling to the ground in spring football. But AJ will get some good work, but there'll be a good balance in there. I think you guys know how excited we are about Travis Levy, right? Travis Levy he played as a true freshman last year. We think that he is really a dynamic player. And he's came in here like 187. He's like almost 210. So, he's gotten much bigger and stronger. And so, we want to allow him to really have an opportunity to grow and blossom here. He's very talented.
Besides experience, what else does Coach Sheridan bring to the table that you're excited about for this season?
He's regarded as one of the best linebacker coaches in the country at any level. And when you visit with people about Bill, I worked with him before, so I know him well, and so does Scott Loeffler. Scott worked with him in Michigan. I worked with him in Notre Dame. But whether it be I don't care what head coach. There was more. I didn't need any calls on Bill Sheridan, but the calls that I got, people that I know and trust, pretty impressive. He is a developer at the highest level at the line. He's coached the D line in the secondary as well, but he is one of the high end guys at linebacker, and he loves football, and has experienced both the pros and the collegiate at the highest level, and it doesn't matter who you speak to on him; they all say the same thing: great teacher, and a really deep understanding of the whole front end, back end tie in together.
You got Wyatt Ray and Zach back, but what about in the interior? Is that where you're going to be looking to rebuild?
Well, you got Ray Smith.
Yeah.
Ray was a cement block for us in there, right? I think you're replacing Noah, and I think we've got 2 young guys, Jaleel Berry and TJ, that are big, strong guys. Tanner Kroff is a guy that is getting bigger, and he had a great year last year. He's getting to the point where he can play some in there now. And I just think Marcus Valdez, another guy on the edge, gives you more flexibility. So I think if we continue to develop, we'll be deeper there this year than we were last year. So, we essentially have the same group coming back, right? We lost Harold early on, never came back again. So we're really just talking about Noah, who had a great senior year. But we're going to have more numbers and more experience going in there. So I think our depth will be better. And then, of course, you guys know at the linebacker position, our misfortune led to our fortune, right? We've got 5 guys that can all start for a lot of people. So we're excited about that. And I thought Hamp Cheevers on the back end and Taj really came on at the end of the year. We lost 2 really good players in Cam, but we lost Cam, 3/4 of the way through the year. Ike had a good year, and but Taj and Hamp, both those guys played. Taj played a ton, and then Hamp played a bunch at the end and came on strong, made a lot of plays. And of course, we have Luke and Will at the safeties with Mehdi. And then I love the young additions that we have. We have Brandon Sebastian and Tate Haynes. Those are 2 6-foot corners that are like grease lightning. They can flat run now. Those are fast guys that are big, tall guys, and they have all the makings of being sensational players. So I think the back end, the linebackers are athletic and run. We have some depth. On the front, we have 2, not average, we have 2 premier pass rushers. Zach Allen's be one of the best players in college football, period. Wyatt Ray is going to have just a breakout year on the other edge, and Ray Smith is a pro interior defensive lineman. And then we got some young guys. I mean, our defense is going to be strong. You know, offensively, as we covered, I mean, we got what we said on the offensive line, which is unbelievable. We got all our tight ends back, and they're all talented guys. I mean, Tom Sweeney had a breakout year, and he's going to just do nothing now. I mean, right around, what was it, midpoint of the year, you started seeing him all of a sudden not just catching it, but breaking tackles, running through contact. You got Tom, you got Christian, you got Ray, you got Karab. I mean, Jake Burt. We're deep at tight end, and they're talented. And then you go to the quarterback position. I think we now have depth, and we have proven players. You know, one guy proven, one guy will have enough reps this spring and had enough last year that he'll be ready to fly. And you know, and then we all have duly documented the tailback position. So, I mean, you know, a couple of things. You know, the wide receiver I didn't talk about yet. I mean, you know, you have Mike and Jeff, right? And Ben, who's got that hybrid role. And Jeff, to a degree, has a hybrid role. But then you roll out there C.J. Lewis, Kobe White, and now Noah Jordan Williams will crack into that thing. Those three guys will play for anybody in the country. And you got Nolan Borgeson and Elijah Robinson. I mean, we got guys. I mean, they're talented guys. Christian McStrevitt. I mean, McStrevitt and C.J. Lewis are big, fast receivers. I mean, they're big. C.J.'s 6'4". 4'5" guy, 6'4". McStrevitt is a 4'5" guy, 6'3.5". I mean, so, you know, we got fast guys, we got thick, strong-handed guys, we got tall, fast guys. I mean, you know, it's been a long time, maybe if ever, if we've had the depth that we've had at that wide receiver position that can fly like that, and a quarterback that can get it to him. So.
Jet sweep potential in any of those guys?
Oh, yeah, I mean, Jeff Smith. I mean, Mike Walker, Ben Glines. These guys can all fly, and they've all done it. I mean, Jeff's done it at a high level. You know, 2 years ago, he won the NC State game and with a jet sweep around the edge and down there. Had several runs this year watching the cut-ups. I mean, he had phenomenal. The play was a high average for us, and he was a big part of that. So, and Mike Walker, same thing. Mike Walker's excellent. So, I mean, that's alive and well. You know, Thad did a phenomenal job, but we got a little situational with that. Now we don't have to be that way at all. So there will be no flags of, are we running a jet sweep? Are we doing this? Are we, you know, our tailbacks this year will be able to be every down backs. Third down, first, second down. There'll be no flags about what are we doing. Oh, this guy's more of a guy we throw to. This guy's more. None of that. You know, we've got more maturity now and experience where we can really, truly stay in one grouping and have a plethora of options, okay, that they have to defend.